meeting for the Jamestown City Council. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
Here.
Becky Duncan.
Here.
Vanessa Matthews.
Here.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Here.
All are present.
All right, we'll read the minutes from the last meeting.
Regular meeting for September 2018. Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in regular monthly session Monday, September 10th, 2018 at 6 p.m. at City Hall in Jamestown, Tennessee, when the following proceedings were had and entered to record, to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Darlene Mundy Davis, Mayor, Gail Dishman, City Recorder, and on a roll call by City Recorder, the following members of the Board were present: Lyndon Baines, Charles Cooper, Vanessa Matthews, and Elizabeth Pendergrass. Absent was Becky Duncan. Mayor Davis called the meeting to order and welcomed everyone for attending. The minutes from the previous meeting were read, and on a motion by Lyndon Baines, second by Elizabeth Pendergrass, the Board on a roll call vote approved the minutes for August 2018. Mayor Davis then asked, was there any citizens with grievances or any other business? John B. Mullinex thanked the Board for the use of the stage for the Labor Day event held. Mayor Davis then gave an update. The city put in for a RPO sidewalk grant deadline was last Friday, the 7th of September. A presentation would be given at the next RPO meeting, and they would choose 3 applications to be submitted to the state, and that if we were one of the 3 chosen, that it would come back to the Board before any decisions would be made. Also stated that the 2 positions for the police department was advertised, did not receive any more applications, and that later in the agenda we would discuss and ask for approvals. Tom Bennett with Bennett Associates gave the engineer report. Bob Lane, City Building Inspector, gave the Building and Codes report. Bailey Allred, City Attorney, gave the attorney report. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Vanessa Matthews, the Board on a roll call vote, all for and none against, approved for bid for the tractor at the water plant. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Lyndon Baines, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to reject all backhoe and sewer truck bids at this time. On a motion by Lyndon Baines, second by Vanessa Matthews, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to hire the 2 emergency hires at the police department full-time, Ronald Warwood and Brandon Adams. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, second by Lyndon Baines, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to donate to the Fentress County Sheriff's Department's budget of $10,000, approved a donation of $10,000 for the SRO, School Resource Officer, for the 18-19 school year, and would look back into it during the next fiscal year's budget. On a motion by Vanessa Matthews, second by Charles Cooper, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the financials for August of 18. On a motion by Charles Cooper, second by Vanessa Matthews, the Board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the bills to be paid for August of $432,737.86. With no further business, on a motion by Lyndon Baines, second by Charles Cooper, the Board voted to adjourn.
Is there any corrections needed to the minutes? If not, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion made by Councilwoman Matthews. Need a second, or any discussion? Do I hear a second?
I make the second.
Seconded by Councilwoman Pendergrass. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
Aye.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Aye.
All for, none against.
At this time, do anyone have anyone who'd like to speak to the Board? If not, we'll move on down the agenda here. Report from the City Mayor. The first thing I'd like to say is that I am honored to serve as mayor of Jamestown. I had a meeting with a lot of the city employees, most of the city employees, last Tuesday, And I had a great meeting. I think we have some of the best people in the state working for the city of Jamestown. I really do. I think we have the best. And I would put them up against anybody. I have visited all departments except one. The only place I've not been is the water plant. I've been to all the plants, all the shops, and talked to all the employees, and everything's going good. Working on some projects that Mayor Darlene had already in place. A week from Wednesday, we're going to Cool Springs to get the grant for the pool and the parks and stuff. We'll be there, and before the next meeting, probably I'll be going to the governor's conference in Nashville and having meetings with. I've been having a lot of meetings lately with a lot of people, and so I'm continuing doing that. And I want all the citizens to know that my door is always open, and will try to be in the office every day from 8 to 4. That way that if anybody needs anything, I'll be here. But like I say, we're working on some grants and some projects right now. As soon as I get some more updates, I will let y'all know what's going on, but we are working on some grants. So now we'll go to other report, the city engineer report. Tom?
Well, we had our public meeting at Wilder, when was that? Last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday, yes.
So that was, that turned out really good. A lot of people in attendance. I don't know, Gail, how many signed up? I know a lot of people were talking.
8, wasn't it?
8 out there, and then I had another one come in the next morning.
Yeah. So there's probably 40 or 50 there, something like that, interested. So anyway, it was a good meeting. I think it was worthwhile for the city to do that, and so everything's just moving right along with that project. The sewer project is in town, is underway. You've not seen much because they've just done the camera work, the pre-investigation. So that work will begin probably within the next 2 weeks, and will commence and continue throughout probably the rest of the year. Of course, the part along the creek, kind of from industrial up to fairgrounds, will be kind of out of sight, out of mind. The part in town will not be. So I'm anticipating that work will start in early November, and that'll be around the post office, Mark Twain, over near where the old jail is, and so that'll be a lot going on there. So just if you get any calls, just please direct them to us if there's any problems. I don't anticipate it. We'll communicate with everybody out there as we go. But anyway, that will be that'll happen, and then when that work's done, depending on the funds that are left in the project, it'll go on over to Main Street near Monday Funeral Home and work on that little stretch in there. Again, that's assuming there's funds left as we work our way through it. So anyway, that'll start here in the next few weeks, and it'll be going on through pretty much till the end of the year. So that's what I had.
All right, thank you, Tom. Mr. Bob Lane's city building report.
All right, I got a few things. I guess some of you have been noticing there's been a little facelift going on in Walmart. They're doing some renovating and rehabbing a little bit. Handful Harvest down here, they've got the roof on their building. That building's coming right along. Manor House got their block walls all up and their floor poured. We've got the one house under construction, the Matthews house. And there's quite a bit of design work going on, some commercial things it's going to happen. I don't know, they won't tell me a time frame on it yet, but that's in the design stage. Your little Exxon station down here, he's getting ready to do an expansion on it and do a facelift on it. So there's quite a bit of little stuff going on. You may not be seeing a lot, but there's a little bit going on here now. That's all I have, Mayor.
Does anybody want to ask Bob any questions about anything? Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you. City attorney report.
So I had a couple of things on my list for this month to get together for you guys, particularly with the utility debt collection. So I'm working on that. I did get thrown off. I apologize. We had a little incident over the last month. So I spent obviously most of my time working on the issue of the mayor replacement role. So anyway, so that's where I spent spent a tremendous amount of time this month.
All right.
There's one thing I failed to say, excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead.
The man that's over the audit part, we're under, Jamestown's, we're under an audit, our building part is, from the state of Tennessee. And evidently they heard that our mayor had passed away, and they called and extended our time to whatever time he felt was right to gather the documents and the things we need. I thought that was nice of him, and he offered his condolences in passing of Darlene.
Thank you, Bob. All right, we have no old business, so we'll go to new business. Well, we did discussion about parking at the courthouse. So we talked in the work session. Mr. Cooper also said that we have already passed this.
We talked about it, I'm sure we passed it long, it's been, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago. Been a pretty good while back.
You know, what we'll do is we'll kind of table this right now until we check, and then we'll come back next meeting and we'll go with that. If there was not, then we'll discuss it then. But if there's already been a motion passed, I will take that to Jimmy and we'll go from there. Now, discussion on the next city council meeting is on, the Veterans Day is on November 12th. Do you all want to move it to Tuesday night?
I mean,
I need a motion.
I make a motion to move it on that Tuesday, the 13th.
Right.
I'll take it.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Pendergrass, second by Mr. Cooper. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Charles
For
Cooper.
it.
Becky Duncan.
For.
Vanessa Matthews. Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
So the meeting will be on November the 13th. Okay, we have approval for the financials. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, hold it. We need to add some motions here. We need to add to the agenda the,
Airport grant.
agenda to run, the motion to add what Tom was talking about T-Dot, whether you want him to proceed or not on that project. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Duncan,
I'll second
seconded by Councilman Cooper. Any discussion?
This is just to add to the agenda, right?
Let's add to the agenda. We need a roll call vote, right? We need a roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
For.
Vanessa Matthews. Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
All right, now that we added that to the agenda, we need a motion to allow Tom to calculate this on the T-Dot Highway 127 expansion.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Matthews. Any discussion about it? Need a second?
I make that motion. I second it, sorry.
Seconded by Councilwoman Pendergrass. Roll call, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
For.
Vanessa Matthews.
For.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
We need to make a motion to add to the agenda the runway, and then a motion that we can apply for the grant on the runway and the South Taxi Rehabilitation Project from the FAA Supplement Disrepair Funding Program. We need a motion to add it to the agenda.
Make a motion to add it to the agenda.
Motion made by Councilwoman Matthews. Need a second.
I second it.
Seconded by Councilwoman Pendergrass. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
For.
Vanessa Matthews.
For.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
Now, since it's added to the agenda, I need a motion to approve the grant funding for the runway and the south taxiway.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Duncan. I need a
I'll
second. Seconded by Councilman Cooper. Any discussion? If not, excuse me, roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
Four.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
We also need a motion to add to the agenda the TLM property compensation matching grant that we need. A motion to apply for the grant, to purchase security cameras, to the 50/50 grant up to $4,000. If we purchase 8,000, then they will refund us 4,000. We need a motion to add to the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Duncan,
I'll second
seconded by Charles Cooper. Any discussion?
And where will these cameras be going?
Up here, and then first of all, we'll see if the water plant and sewer plant, I don't think has any, do they, Steve? Where'd you
Oh,
go?
I don't want to see one.
Um,
Oh,
So
No, I don't think they
I think
do.
we'd have to check with them first, and then if the water plant needed any more down there, and then up here.
yeah. So we got a second now.
Mhm.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper.
Four.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
And it's here next, right? Okay. The city's tax rate, which I forgot this in the work session, exceeded the calculated tax neutral rate. To the city will be holding a public hearing and public comments, and it will be advertised this week and next in the paper, and we'll have a public hearing on October the 23rd at 5 o'clock here at City Hall. The calculated rate, we'd already put in motion that we are keeping the same tax rate, but they want us to have a public hearing to tell people we're keeping the same tax rate. So, that's the reason we're having to do this. Do we need a motion or anything for this? Or? Okay, just letting y'all know that that's the reason we're having to have this meeting, is because we're keeping our tax rate the way it is. But for some reason, we have to tell everybody that we already have told them. So, okay, I do believe that's all that. Okay. Now, we need approval for the financial statements for September.
You know, I've looked at the financial statement, and one I can't figure out, you know, for sewer bill is 50% of our water bill, 100% of our water bill. And we got $1,422,222,000 in checking account.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they would lower the sewer because, you know, the same as water, it's not right. You know, if they got that kind of money, you know, I know they gotta be making money, but they don't have to make that kind of money, you know. I believe they're making money at it, but not $1,400,000.
Now, that's water and sewer together.
Yeah, that's both of them together.
I mean, and the water carries the sewer.
Yeah.
I, you know, I know that. I know the sewer by itself couldn't carry itself, right? I mean, I know the state at one time recommended more than 100% of what our water was. But it's up to you guys, I
Yeah,
mean,
the state don't live up here though.
So we have to go by the state standards.
but they'll come in. and
They'll
change
come in.
things.
So that's what we're trying to avoid.
You know, if we can go back and then, you know, if it starts eating out, then we can go up higher, you know, it'll no big problem. We can always change it back up, you know, go up.
Yeah, I see your point. But you don't wanna go backwards and then go into red,
No,
and then we have to go back and try to figure out what we're doing. I would rather keep it the way it is, but that's up to y'all, but that's my opinion.
you know, person got a water leak or something, and water bill's $100,
Mm-hmm.
the sewer bill's $100, he don't use the sewer, you know, if it's leaking outside, it ain't leaking in the sewer.
Yeah, well, now when we do an adjustment, we bring the sewer down when we know it's been a leak.
Yeah, I've been told that,
We'll
so.
bring the sewer down to the normal, what their average is. We'll go back like 3 to 4 months.
Are all municipalities water and sewer together, always? They are,
If they
Majority
have-
of them are,
If they have
if they
both.
have both, okay. So,
Yes.
Yeah, that's true, so,
You know,
because
something-
you look at Oneida and other places like Wattenberg, they're all together.
It's gonna change.
it's gonna
It's about to
change.
change, is
Yeah.
that the sewer fund will stand for itself, the water fund will stand for itself, and you know, that's gonna be a hard.
That's gonna be very hard.
Fight right there.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen.
When is
it.
that supposed to change?
You know, I heard, did you tell me you've already heard that?
Yeah, I had already heard it. I'll have to find out.
I'd
the
say
date for
1
sure
to 2
for you.
years, but
Yeah.
now that, again,
They
that,
usually give you 1 to 2 years after they decide something like that.
so traditionally, most communities, you're talking about a significant deficit on the sewer side that's made up for in the water. So when sewer kicks in and has to stand for itself, then what'll happen is sewer rate's gonna go up across the state, probably, could in some cases, I don't want to say a number, because I don't know what it'd be, you hate to say double, because I don't know what it'd be, whatever your numbers support. And then the water side, of course, could stand for itself today, keeping in mind there's needs that are ahead.
Big needs,
Correct.
big needs. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be
That's
on the council and have to do what you'll have to do on the sewer rates when they do that.
Thanks for the heads up, Bob. We appreciate that.
It's gonna be
the
bad.
writing is on the wall, we know that.
Yes.
I just wish we could relay that to the public.
It's coming.
And, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more discussion?
Not on that topic. It was
You
just-
wanna make a motion on this, Charles, or do you wanna?
I'd like to come down, you know, but then, you know, if they break it up, you know, we do need more, we can always go more, you know, we can come back and go higher, no big problem.
If you wanna make that a motion, we
I'm
can.
making a motion then.
Motion to lower.
All right, I got a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Exactly what is the motion?
Motion to lower the sewer bill to what?
60%,
60%.
to the water.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people got flowers, they water their yard and stuff, but they still get charged for sewer. You know,
All right, the motion has been made. The lower the sewer bill is 60% of the water cost. Do I hear a second?
I think it's a very admirable thing, Charles, but I just don't see that that is realistic.
I don't either right now, especially in a couple of years, we're gonna have to face that anyways. My opinion, it needs to stay where it's at, and that's just my opinion.
yeah, but if you got a water leak, or you water your yard, or your flower or something, you still get charged for sewer for watering that. You know,
All right, one more time, I'll ask for a second.
yeah.
Lack of a second, the motion fails. Now I need a motion to approve the monthly bills. No. If you have any questions about, anybody have any questions about the financial statement? Huh? A motion to approve the financial statement.
I make a motion to approve the financial statements.
Motion made by Councilwoman Pendergrass. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Councilwoman Matthews. No, Duncan, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I was looking down, I wasn't looking up. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper,
All right.
Becky Duncan,
For.
Vanessa Matthews, Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
All right. Approval of paying the monthly bills. The amount of the bills, including the gas bill, is $5,766,837.18 right here.
Please, let me make sure.
Oh, make sure. Is that right?
No, it's 500.
Oh, 500,
I forgot
sorry.
your comment, sorry.
There we go.
I had an extra comment.
500 and
Yeah, 576.
$576,837.18. That includes the natural gas bill. Do I have a motion to approve monthly bills?
I make a motion to pay the bills.
Motion made by Councilwoman Pendergrass,
I'll second it.
and seconded.
Get my
Yeah.
heart started.
Councilwoman Matthews. Any discussion?
I'm glad it was lower than what you said.
Yeah, me too. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Charles Cooper,
All right.
Becky Duncan, Vanessa Matthews,
Four.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All four, none against.
Before I put the city in any other debt. Do I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
All in favor, say aye. Motion adjourned.